Wow. Oh, wow. I'm shocked. Who could have predicted that Marvel and Disney would disrespect another black character in their franchise? Who could have predicted this? Who could have saw this coming? Wow. Almost no promotion? Flying under the radar? Basically, everyone at Marvel forgetting the show even existed? This is going to be a rant video. I do apologize if it's a little incoherent, but I'm just kind of recording this as the thoughts process in my mind. But we've talked about Wonder Man off and on over the last year, wondering, when they're going to start promoting it, what they're going to start doing to showcase the show, to lift it up. It looks really interesting. The trailer, the one trailer we got, the actual trailer we got for this, made the show look good. But then there's been crickets in every other regard for the series. It's like they're trying to bury the show. We've mentioned this before. R.I.P. Wonder Man. I've said this. Even though it looks good, it doesn't matter. This could be the best show in the world, but Disney and Marvel do not care about it. Why even bother putting it out at this point? Why? Why would you even bother? They're going to drop all 8 episodes at once at the end of January. Now, I have said before, the binge model is a consumer-friendly model. It's probably the most consumer-friendly model you can do if you're just trying to put the show out for people to watch in their own pace. But it kills the show in almost every other way possible. It's the unfortunate reality of it that binging stuff makes shows less trendy. It makes less water cooler talk, which is what builds a community around a show. You don't build a community around a show in a binge model. It's very rare. It's very rare. We see shows like Stranger Things, which were essentially binge models that got turned into like a hybrid version of that, because you want to build up that momentum. And I think the idea of binge content during the lockdowns, seeing now that this doesn't help in like current contemporary viewing of shows, seeing Disney, Disney Plus, a service that typically releases things at least somewhat in a hybrid way, maybe weekly, depending on what series it is, go back to dropping a series all at once. We saw this with Echo, and now we're seeing it again with Wonder Man. And where's Echo been? MIA. Gone. We have no idea what they're going to do with the character of Echo if we're ever going to see Echo again. So this doesn't bode well, based on their track record, that Wonder Man is going to be of any significance to Marvel in the MCU moving forward. And it just so happens, fam, that it's a show with a black character in the lead role. Interesting that it seems like there is a pattern now with the Disney Plus shows where when they have a black lead character, a black cast, they just sort of don't care about it. We saw how the hybrid model affected Ironheart, Eyes of Wakanda. We saw that. What do you think is going to happen with Wonder Man? Wonder Man is going to be basically a fart in the wind because they don't care about it. They haven't done anything really to promote it. We talked about that a second ago. They really haven't promoted the show very well. We've gotten one actual real proper trailer, and that's it. That's it. They're trying to bury the show. And what's so frustrating to me, as someone who has been a fan of the last couple of phases of Marvel, is that I have gone out and I have supported all of the movies. I've watched every show multiple times. I've talked about it quite extensively. A lot of other channels have talked about it. We're the ones that have been really invested in Marvel, right? It seems to me like one of two things is going on. Either they just don't really care about the fans who have been supporting them since the beginning, that kept supporting them through the later phases, and they're trying to somehow bring in the jaded, hateful market back to Marvel based on what the trailers for Doomsday are. Maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. I have no idea. I like the old stuff too, but I also want new stuff. And that's what I think we were seeing. We've already talked about it. The reason why the newer phases didn't work is they introduced characters and then they forgot about them. We never got follow-ups for any of the characters they were trying to establish. That is their fault. It is not our fault. It's not the other people's fault that stopped watching for whatever reason. It's not their fault. It is the fact that they did not have faith and confidence in any of this stuff. They just didn't. They didn't want to keep pushing. They got used to making that easy money in the third phase, leading into like Infinity War and Endgame. And when it came time to really go back, nose to the grindstone, and start promoting stuff and creating different characters and giving them some sort of story behind them, they just didn't do it. There were 40 plus characters introduced in the latter phases that only appeared one time. That's crazy. That's crazy. And now we have this section of Disney Plus, like with Echo, Ironheart, Eyes of Wakanda, now Wonder Man, where they're just forgetting about these things. They're just putting them out there and they're forgetting about them. Now, look, I know Doomsday is coming up. I know that Secret Wars is coming up, and chances are we're going to see a reset to the universe. But why even bother doing something like this if you're not going to at least give a little bit more than zero? Right? Why even bother? It's just giving fuel and ammunition to all of the people on social media who already talk shit about anyone who loves the current Marvel stuff. So now it's just going to make the community even more toxic. It is so irresponsible and it's so dumb. And I understand at the end of the day, it's all about money. I am not delusional at all. I totally understand that's the reason why. But there has to be, at a certain point, a line where they go, you know what? It is about the money, but we have a bunch of people who have stuck around through thick and thin. And we're just going to at least make it look like, attempt to make it look like that we give a shit about a show. Things might come out that they promote heavily and then it doesn't work and they have to move on. I get it. I'm not going to sit here and say they should keep putting out movies if movies aren't working. But this is a brand new show. It's the first season of the show. It's the first one. You want to set it up for success, right? That's what you want. It would be different if it was the show came out and then people didn't like it and they decided not to move forward with it. That would be different. But you're not even giving it a chance. You're not even putting it in a position to do well. You're setting it up for failure by doing this. Look at some of the comments here. Let's scroll down. Dropping all 8 at once definitely feels like they have no confidence in the show. I hate to agree with Cliff, but I feel the same way. And I don't think it's about the quality of the show because we could scream all day about how good the show is. But the fact that they dropped all 8 episodes at once means that it's going to appear for a second and then it's going to disappear. And it will always be used as a weapon against the rest of the stuff that Marvel puts out. That's why this is so dangerous. So stupid. January, I thought it was December. How people were complaining about Wonder Man not getting promotion. Well, it should have been getting promotion like 3 months ago. The promotion should have started like 3 months ago and it should have been consistent over the last 3 months. Why do you got to do them dirty like this? I kind of think it's going to be good. Well, Crypto Jesus, I think it'll probably be good too, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The way they're doing this means that they don't care if it's good. That's the part that pisses me off. And here we go. Dropping all 8 episodes at once feels confident. It does not. I love Marvel. I do. You guys know I'm a big fan of the MCU. However, this is Cope. It doesn't feel confident. Dropping all 8 at once feels like Echo all over again. We have a track record. We know what that means. Like, this is just, no, this is not good. This is Cope here. Wow, it's that bad? They're just dropping it with barely a trailer at one time or forgetting the shit ever happened. Yeah. I'm down for this. Can't wait, but it's sad that most of the Marvel fans audience don't want this. They are like, what is this? And I think people do want it, but how do they even know if they want it if they're not promoting it? So let me get this straight. Marvel has yet to drop TV shows episodes fully at once, except for the 2 most recent shows headlined by Black characters. Ding, ding, ding. There we go. I don't read parody accounts. I hate how Disney Marvel treats their Black characters. No promo whatsoever. I cannot express to you guys how disappointed I am in this. We're going to have to talk about it on the live stream on Thursday after I have a little bit more time to process this. But this is not good. I hate that Disney and Marvel is doing this. I think it is extremely disrespectful to all of the work that went into the show. The non-existent promotion, or even if they have promoted it. Let's say, for example, they have promoted it. The promotion isn't breaking through. It's not trending. It's not working. I'm not seeing it anywhere in a big way. And that's a problem because this could be one of those projects where it's like, think about this. We got Pluribus right now, right? We got Pluribus. We got the Chair Company. We've got these like really quirky, interesting alt-type TV shows that are killing it right now because people are craving something a little bit different. And you have Wonder Man, which looks incredibly different from anything we've gotten from Marvel before, and they shove it out all at once under the door and think people are just going to forget about it. This is the most baffling thing. It's the most baffling thing to me. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and definitely tune in on Thursday. We're going to talk more about this. I had to rant about this, and let me know your thoughts and opinions.